So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on the second leg of his visit to East Asia, will be visiting Singapore after Brunei Darussalam. Now, this visit to Singapore is being seen as a historic one and is likely to strengthen the relations between the two strategic allies. DD India's Akshay Dongre spoke with Indian High Commissioner in Singapore, Dr. Shilpak Ambule, on the upcoming visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, this is Prime Minister Modi's sixth visit to the Southeast Asian nation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Singapore, which is going to be his fifth visit. The last four visits were in his first term, and the last visit took place in 2018. Even in Singapore, a new government has taken over. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has taken over the Prime Minister's office in the month of May. And this is in many ways a historic visit by the Indian PM. And to give more details about it, we have with us His Excellency Dr. Shilpak Ambule, the High Commissioner of India to Singapore. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us. Can we get more details about this upcoming visit?
It's a very important and a historic visit. It's Prime Minister's fifth visit, as you rightly mentioned. Now, a visit very early on in his third term is really historic because Prime Minister Lawrence Wong also has taken office in May, and a meeting between two prime ministers very early on in their respective tenures will set the course for our bilateral relationship in the next decade or so. It's also the 10th year of our strategic partnership. It also is the beginning of the 60th year of our diplomatic relations.
India and Singapore also have a very unique mechanism. So in what terms does it set the relation between the two countries apart when we look at other countries in the ASEAN region?
Well, it's a very unique mechanism. I don't think we have it with any other country, nor does Singapore have such a mechanism with any other country. It started in the first meeting of the ISMR, started in September of 2022. And that time we had identified 4 pillars of cooperation. One is the digital space, skills, health and medical care, and one was the connectivity part. This year, the second ISMR, we've increased the number of ministers. There were 6 ministers on the Singapore side and 4 ministers on our side. Also on the sidelines, we have what we call as India-Singapore Business Roundtable. Right. So there are certain CEOs on either side from specific sectors who participate in that meeting, and they also come out with an action plan. So the areas of cooperation which we have identified in advanced manufacturing, sustainability, green growth, green hydrogen.
Prime Minister, soon after coming to power, focused on Act East policy. In fact, he announced the successor of Look East policy. So where do we find Singapore in this vision?
Well, it's almost 10 years now of our Act East policy as well. And Singapore has played a very crucial role, not only in the implementation of the Act East policy, but our engagement with ASEAN and our Indo-Pacific policy and its implementation. Singapore has a very crucial role to play. As you see, Singapore is very well connected within ASEAN. Singapore has been our ASEAN coordinator for the last 3 years, during which we elevated our India-ASEAN strategic partnership to comprehensive strategic partnership.
Thank you so much, sir. With camera person SP Dubey, Akshay Dongre, DD India.